Hello, we are back. I am joined by Anita Karungi, tennis commentator, to talk about the Women's US Open final, which is here. And we are so excited about this final matchup, Arina Sabalenka versus Amanda Anisimova. Anita Karungi, could you have predicted this?
Oh, no, I definitely didn't predict this. If you recall our last video, I honestly thought Iga Swiatek would make it to the final because she came into the US Open with a lot of momentum. But I mean never count out Arina Sabalenka. Like I was wrong. I thought her draw was gonna be tough. I thought she was gonna face like Rybakina or like a Raducanu, Paolini, but they all kind of were eliminated before they actually got to meet her. And she actually was really lucky. She didn't play a quarterfinal. She had a walkover because her opponent, Marketa Vondrousova, injured herself during practice, which is really unfortunate. But Arena looked super strong in her semifinal, and she deserves her spot in the final. She deserves a spot to get the chance to defend her US Open title. And she's looking good right now. And wow, Amanda Anisimova, what a story. What a year she has had, and I'm so happy for her.
Now, Amanda, uh, what do you think her game plan was for this US Open, especially after her humiliating loss in Wimbledon about 2 months ago?
I have a lot of newfound respect for Amanda. You know, this is like every player's worst nightmare is to lose in a Grand Slam final the way she did without winning a single game. Being double bageled at any match in a professional tournament is bad enough. But in a final in front of like royalty, literal royalty, like Princess Kate was
Kate
watching.
Middleton.
Yes, exactly. So it must have been really rough. And to recover from that just a few weeks later and enter another Grand Slam with the same belief that you can make it to a final, that that loss does not define you and does not define your game. She had said in the final that she had run out of gas and run out of steam. That's why her performance was
Yeah.
really poor. So I'm pretty sure she has done the work to make sure that once she gets to this final now, she's not going to repeat the same thing. And funny enough, or the way fate had it, is that she faced Iga Swiatek in the quarterfinals, who is the same player that defeated her in that infamous Wimbledon final. But the way she handled this match, kudos to Amanda. She erased the memory of the previous match and she was a different player. She was very aggressive. She attacked Iga Swiatek's serve really well and she beat Iga in straight sets. So it's really a redemption story for Amanda and I'm super happy for her and wishing her all the best in the final.
Okay, now Karunji, this weekend, who do you think will lift the trophy for the Women's US Open Final 2025?
I'm not a good predictor. I typically don't do well with predictions. Well, let's look at Arina Sabalenka. This is the fourth Grand Slam that she's going to meet an American who may defeat her. I'm sure when she saw that this draw, she was like, "Oh no, not another American again." Because in the last three slams, she has been defeated by an American. Americans have stopped her from winning a slam in 2025. Can the fourth one do it again? Possibly, because if we look at the pattern, in Australian Open, she was defeated by Madison Keys. In Roland Garros, she was defeated by Coco Gauff. And guess who defeated her in Wimbledon? It was Amanda Anisimova, the same opponent she has now in the US Open.
The same
But
American.
yes, I am going to predict Amanda gets her first Grand Slam title here. What a story that would be. Maybe it's like a hope prediction, but what a story that would be like to come full circle from that, as you termed it, humiliating loss in Wimbledon to, you know, having this story, beating the person who beat you like that and going ahead to win the title against the world number one. That would be a beautiful story. And I want to see that happen.
Thank you so much, Anita Karungi, for this prediction for the Women's US Open Final 2025. We shall be back after the weekend to talk about the highs and the lows of this tournament. And by then, we shall also know who has lifted the men's trophy. The semifinals are happening right now. And Anita Karungi, I know your heart is racing. You don't even want to peek to see what the score line is. Well, by then we shall know. Do take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.